Hello, I'm Dan Norenberg, advisor, coach, and consultant to strategic and executive leadership teams. Welcome to Norenberg's 90 Seconds. In these short clips, I'm going to share with you a leadership conversation or a leadership challenge that I recently had with one or more leaders. And I'll briefly scope the situation and then share in about 90 seconds the tool or insight or idea that I shared with this particular leader to be more successful. And in doing so, should you encounter a situation like this at some time in the future, it may be a resource to help you be more effective or more successful. Let me briefly describe this situation. I was recently approached by a leader in his team who said they were struggling in the area of execution. They weren't delivering on the strategic priorities that they had agreed to deliver on, and they were confusing their stakeholders as well. The challenge was this team was a so-called center of competence. It meant that for this rather large global organization, they're responsible for a very specific area of the business, which is very, very important. So here's Norenberg's 90 seconds. You can start the clock right now. What I reminded this team, and it also holds true to just about any strategic leadership team, is that don't fall prey to looking at execution as one-dimensional. Execution is four-dimensional, and I'm going to briefly walk through the four dimensions and how to distinguish between those. The first dimension of execution is to explore. This means you have a strategic initiative in your agenda that the company's not currently pursuing. And you're asked to do some blue sky thinking, a strategic sketch, determine the feasibility, whether it's a business area to go into. The competence is very important here, but you're not delivering a finished business plan. The second dimension of execution is to enable. As a center of competence or strategic leadership team, other parts of the business may be looking to you for a set of guidelines, let me call them design principles, so that you have a standard approach how to move forward on this strategic initiative across the organization. The third dimension of execution is simply execution. These are strategic priorities in your strategic agenda that only you and your team can deliver on. It's really important that you make sure you have the resources to meet and exceed this strategic priority. And last but not least, the fourth dimension is to exit. Every strategic leadership team or center of competence from time to time has to review your strategic agenda and eliminate those initiatives that no longer add value. I'm Dan Norenberg, and this is Norenberg's 90 Seconds. Thank you.